everyone. Welcome back to Teach Easy English. This is the place to relax, stream real conversational English, and upgrade your skills. I'm Daisy.
And I'm Dave. Welcome back, everyone. It is so fantastic to be here with you today, Daisy. I am feeling very energetic today.
I can tell, Dave, you have a lot of energy. Are you ready for our topic today?
I am ready. Today we are talking about something everyone loves. We are learning animal vocabulary.
Oh, I love animals. This is perfect for our A1 listeners. It is a great way to start a conversation.
Exactly. You can ask a new friend, do you have a pet? It is a very friendly question.
Yes, or you can ask, what is your favorite animal? People love to answer that.
So today we will talk about pets, farm animals, wild animals, and ocean life.
We will keep the words simple and clear. Let's start with the animals inside our homes.
Okay, Daisy, let's start with the most popular pet. What is the number one pet?
That has to be the dog. People love dogs because they are very friendly and loyal.
They are great, and a baby dog has a special name. Do you know it?
Yes, a baby dog is a puppy. Puppies are so cute, but they have a lot of energy.
They love to run around. Now, what about the second most popular pet?
That is the cat. Cats are very quiet and independent animals.
True, they like to sleep a lot, and a baby cat is called a kitten.
Kittens are very small and soft. Dave, do dogs and cats have hair like humans?
No, they don't. They have fur. Fur is the soft coat of hair that covers their body.
And they don't have hands or feet, right? They have paws.
Yes, paws are their feet. They also have a tail on the back of their body.
Dogs move their tail when they are happy. We say the dog wags its tail.
That's right. Now let's talk about the sounds they make. What sound does a dog make?
A dog barks. It goes woof woof. They bark when they see someone new.
And cats make a different sound. They meow when they want food.
They also make a soft vibrating sound when they are happy. They purr.
I love it when cats purr. It means they feel safe and comfortable with you.
What other pets do people keep in the house, Dave? Many people have a bird. A very famous pet bird is the parrot.
Oh, parrots are special. Some parrots can listen to humans and learn to talk.
Yes, it is so funny when a bird says hello or good morning.
People also keep fish at home. They put them in a glass fish tank with water.
The most common pet fish is the goldfish. They are bright orange and very quiet.
Fish are easy pets because you just give them food and keep the water clean.
Some children also like small pocket pets, like a hamster or a rabbit.
Rabbits have very long ears and soft fur. They don't walk, they hop around the room.
They love to eat vegetables, especially carrots. Dave, do you have a pet right now?
I do. I have a cat named Luna. She is black and white and she purrs all day.
That sounds lovely. I don't have a pet because my apartment is small, but I want a puppy one day.
Let's leave the house now, Dave. Let's go to the countryside and talk about farm animals.
Great! Farm animals are very useful. Let's start with the big one that gives us milk.
That is the cow. Cows are large, quiet animals that eat grass in the fields.
They give us milk, and we use milk to make cheese, butter, and ice cream. I love ice cream. Cows make a very low sound. We say the cow moos.
Another beautiful farm animal is the horse. Horses are very strong and fast.
In the past, people used horses to travel. Today, people ride them for fun or sport.
A baby horse is called a foal, and horses make a sound called a neigh.
Now, what about the fluffy animal that gives us wool for warm clothes?
That is the sheep. Here's a quick grammar tip for our A1 learners.
Oh, tell us, what is the tip?
One sheep is a sheep. Two sheep are also called sheep. We never say sheeps.
That is a great tip, Dave. One sheep, two sheep. The word does not change.
Exactly. And a baby sheep is called a lamb. Lambs are very playful.
They are so cute. Another common farm animal is the pig. Pigs are usually pink.
They love to roll around in the mud. They do this to stay cool when the weather is hot.
People think pigs are dirty, but they are actually very intelligent animals.
They make a short, funny sound. We say the pig oinks.
Let's talk about birds on the farm. We have chickens, right?
Yes, Chickens give us eggs for breakfast. A female chicken is called a hen.
And the male chicken is called a rooster. Roosters are very loud in the morning.
They wake up when the sun comes up and shout cock-a-doodle-doo.
They are like a living alarm clock. We also see ducks on the farm pond.
Ducks have flat feet to help them swim, and they make a quack sound.
Now it's time for an adventure, Dave. Let's talk about wild animals in the jungle and the safari.
Oh, this is exciting. Let's start with the leader. We call him the king of the jungle.
That is the lion. Lions are large, powerful cats. The male lion has a lot of hair around his head.
That hair is called a mane. Lions make a very loud and scary sound. They roar.
A lion's roar can be heard from far away. Another big wildcat is the tiger.
Tigers are beautiful. They don't have a mane, but they have lines on their body.
We call those lines stripes. Tigers have orange and black stripes to hide in the grass.
Now what about the biggest animal on land? It is gray and very heavy.
That is the elephant. Elephants are amazing. They have a very long nose.
We call that long nose a trunk. They use it like a hand to pick up food and water.
They also have big white teeth that stick out. Those are called tusks.
Elephants have giant ears too. They wave their ears like fans to stay cool in the hot weather.
Another very tall animal is the giraffe. Giraffes have the longest neck in the world.
They need a long neck so they can reach the leaves at the top of tall trees.
They also have beautiful brown spots on their skin. They are very gentle animals.
Now, let's talk about the funniest animal at the zoo, the monkey.
Monkeys are so much fun. They live in trees and use their long arms and tail to swing from branch to branch.
They love fruit, especially bananas. They make a lot of noise and like to play tricks.
We also find bears in the wild. Bears are big, heavy animals with thick fur.
Some bears are brown or black, but polar bears are white because they live in the ice and snow.
Polar bears are excellent swimmers. Bears love to eat fish, and they also love sweet honey.
Let's put on our swimming suits, Stacy. Let's dive deep into the water and look at ocean life.
Ocean is full of beautiful creatures. Let's start with standard fish. How do fish breathe underwater?
They don't have lungs like us. They use gills on the side of their head to take oxygen from the water.
And they don't have legs to walk. They use fins to steer and move through the sea.
Their skin is also different. It is covered in small, hard plates called scales.
Gills, fins, and scales. Those are great words to know. Now, what is the biggest creature in the sea?
That is the whale. Whales look like fish, but they're actually mammals. They breathe air.
Right. They must come to the top of the water to take a breath through a hole on their head.
Blue whales are huge. They are bigger than any dinosaur that ever lived.
Another ocean mammal is the dolphin. Dolphins are famous because they are so smart and friendly.
They love to jump out of the water next to boats. They make clicking sounds to talk to each other.
Now let's talk about a scary animal, the shark. Sharks have many rows of very sharp teeth.
The great white shark is the most famous. They have a big triangle fin on their back that cuts through the water.
Yes, that fin makes people nervous. What about smaller animals near the beach, Dave?
We can find the crab. Crabs are funny because they walk sideways on the sand.
They have a hard shell and two big arms with claws. Be careful because those claws can pinch your toes.
Ouch! Another animal with a hard shell is the sea turtle. They swim very slowly and beautifully.
Sea turtles can live for a long time. Some live to be more than 100 years old.
That is incredible. Let's not forget the octopus. An octopus has a very soft body and no bones.
And they have 8 long arms. We call those arms tentacles.
They can change their color to match the rocks so other fish cannot see them. It is like magic.
Let's look up at the sky now, Dave. Let's talk about birds and small flying bugs, which we call insects.
Sounds good. All birds have 2 wings to fly, and their bodies are covered in soft feathers.
They don't have teeth. Instead, they use a hard mouth called a beak to eat seeds or bugs.
A very powerful bird is the eagle. Eagles fly very high and have amazing eyes to see small mice on the ground.
They're beautiful, but did you know some birds cannot fly at all, Dave?
Oh yes, like the penguin. Penguins are birds, but their wings work like fins for swimming.
They live in the ice and snow, and they look like they're wearing little black and white suits when they walk.
They look very formal. Another bird that cannot fly is the ostrich. Ostriches are huge and have very long legs.
They can't fly, but they can run faster than a horse. Their eggs are also the biggest eggs in the world.
Now let's look down at the ground at insects. Insects are very small and they all have 6 legs.
The most hardworking insect is the ant. Ants live in big groups under the ground.
They're tiny, but they are very strong. They can carry leaves that are much bigger than their own body.
Another helpful insect is the bee. Bees are yellow and black, and they fly around flowers.
They make a sound when they fly. We say the bee buzzes. It goes buzz, buzz.
Bees are wonderful because they take sweet juice from flowers and make honey for us to eat.
But be careful around bees. They have a sharp point on their back called a stinger, and a bee sting hurts.
Yes, keep your distance. Our last insect today is the butterfly. Butterflies have gorgeous, colorful wings.
They're amazing because they start life as a little green caterpillar, and then they turn into a beautiful butterfly.
Dave, we need to talk about another group. They crawl on the ground or live near water. Let's talk about reptiles and amphibians.
Excellent. Let's start with the snake. Snakes are reptiles that have no legs at all.
They move by sliding their long body across the ground. We say a snake slithers.
Snakes have dry skin with scales, and they make a whispering sound. A snake hisses.
They go sss. Some snakes are dangerous because they have a toxic bite called venom.
Yes, venom is poison. So if you see a snake in nature, do not touch it.
Good advice. Another reptile with 4 legs and a long tail is the lizard.
Lizards love hot weather. You can often see them sitting perfectly still on rocks to warm up in the sun.
What about the reptile that carries its own house on its back? That is the turtle.
Turtles have a very hard shell. If they feel scared, they pull their head and legs inside the shell to hide.
Turtles that live only on land are called tortoises. They are famous for walking very, very slowly.
Now, let's talk about an amphibian, the frog. Amphibians can live both in water and on land.
Frogs start life in the water as baby tadpoles. Then they grow legs and lose their tail.
When they're adults, they use their long back legs to leap or jump very high.
They have wet skin and make a deep throat sound. We say the frog croaks.
They use a very long, sticky tongue to catch flies from the air. It happens so fast you can barely see it.
Let's take a walk into the green woods now, Dave. What wild animals live in a typical forest?
The first one you will see climbing a tree is the squirrel. Squirrels are small and furry.
They have big, fluffy tails. They spend all autumn collecting nuts and hiding them in the ground for winter.
They are very busy. Another beautiful forest animal is the deer. Deer have long, thin legs and move gracefully.
The male deer grows big structures that look like tree branches on its head. We call them antlers.
Antlers fall off every year and then new ones grow back. A baby deer is a fawn.
Fawns have little white spots on their back to help them hide in the forest grass. They are very gentle.
We'd also have the fox. Foxes look like small dogs with red fur and a thick tail.
Foxes are famous for being very smart and clever. We often say someone is as clever as a fox.
At night, in the forest, you might hear a bird with giant eyes. That is the owl.
Owls can see perfectly in the dark. They hunt at night and make a classic sound. An owl hoots.
It goes hoot, hoot. Hearing an owl makes the night forest feel very magical.
Dave, when many animals live or travel together, English has special words for the group. Let's share a few.
Yes, if you see a lot of birds flying together in the sky, we call it a flock of birds.
We use the word flock for sheep, too. A farmer looks after a flock of sheep. What about cows?
For cows or horses, we use the word herd. So you say, look at that herd of cows in the field.
What about wild animals that hunt together, like wolves or wild dogs?
We call that a pack. Wolves live and hunt together in a pack under a strong leader.
And what about lions? They have a beautiful group name. We call it a pride of lions.
A pride. That is a lovely word. It makes the lion sound very important and royal.
It does. And my favorite one is for fish underwater. A group of fish swimming together is a school.
A school of fish. I like to imagine the fish are wearing tiny backpacks going to class underwater.
That is a funny mental picture, Dave. It helps to remember the word easily.
Daisy, let's look at the specific action verbs we use to describe how animals move around.
Good idea. We know birds fly and fish swim, but what about horses?
When a horse runs very fast at maximum speed, we say the horse gallops.
Galloped is a great word. What about small insects like ants or spiders on the floor?
We say they crawl. To crawl means to move slowly with your body very close to the surface.
And what about rabbits or frogs? They don't walk or run, they hop or jump.
Yes, hopping means making short leaps forward. What about a cat trying to catch a bird?
The cat moves very slowly and quietly so the bird doesn't notice. We say the cat creeps or stalks.
And then, when the cat is close enough, it jumps suddenly to catch it. The cat pounces.
Pounce. My cat Luna loves to pounce on her toy mouse at home. It's amazing to watch.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about how native speakers use animal words in regular idioms.
Oh, yes, idioms make your English sound very natural. For example, what if it is raining very hard outside?
We say it is raining cats and dogs. It just means the rain is very heavy and noisy.
Exactly. Don't look out the window for falling puppies. What if you have a lot of work to do?
You can say, I am as busy as a bee today, because bees work all day without stopping.
I use that one a lot. What if someone has a fantastic memory and never forgets a face or a name?
We say she has the memory of an elephant. Elephants can remember places for years.
And if someone is very brave and not scared of anything, they are as brave as a lion.
These are wonderful expressions. Using them shows you really understand conversational English.
Wow, Dave, we covered a massive amount of vocabulary today. We went to the jungle, the ocean, and the farm.
We really did. It was a wonderful animal safari today. Thank you to everyone for streaming this episode.
You can practice these words today. When you go outside, look for a bird or a dog and say the English word in your head.
Yes, connecting words to real things around you is the best way to upgrade your skills.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Have a beautiful day, enjoy nature, and keep practicing. I'm Daisy.
And I'm Dave. Thank you for learning with Teach Easy English. Happy learning, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.